in the game tonight.
Yo, yo!
Bought the top, now I'm feeling the fright. Jumped on his hype, that cocky guru's grin. Flag to the upside, he bragged, thought I'd surely win. Coin spiked high, I'm the king for a sec. Then the chart flipped, now I'm a nervous wreck. He's flexing on streams, I nailed it again. I'm stuck with the peak, losing all my yen. Swagger turned to sweat, I followed his spiel. Now I'm laughing at me, what a ride. In my eyes, yo, yo, praying liquidation dies. Top of the drop, trade turns so sour. Sweat flows fast, prayers by the hour. Yo, yo, why? Every damn time I'm the fool in the red, losing my mind. He's strutting like a god, flag to the upside, he cries, I bought the top. Now I'm singing a tune. Chart dive south, cortisol's my beat. Sweat drips like rain, I'm praying to the sea. Guru's laughing loud, you missed my cue. I'm soaked in panic, what the hell to do? Liquidation looms, I'm begging the skies. Why's it always me? This trade's my demise. Top of the drop, Guru's wicked call. Bought the peak, now I'm taking the fall. Cortisol's pumping, sweats in my eyes. Yo, yo, praying liquidation dies. Top of the drop, trade turns so sour. Sweat flows fast, prayers by the hour. Yo, yo, why? Every damn time I'm the fool in the red, losing my mind. He's calling flag to the upside, but the market's a clown. I'm dancing with loss, wearing a frown. Sweat's a river, prayers hit the fan. Guru still bragging, I'm a broken man. Why is it me? Why this cruel jest? Cortisol's my guess, I'm failing the test. Charts a tease, liquidation's my fear. Still I chase his calls, year after year, yeah. Top of the drop, Guru's wicked call. Bought the peak, now I'm taking the fall. Cortisol's pumping, sweats in my eyes. Yo, yo, praying liquidation dies. Top of the drop, trade turns so sour. Sweat flows fast, prayers by the hour. Yo, why? Every damn time I'm the fool in the red, losing my mind. Yo, drop the beat, Guru's laugh fades away. Yo, I'm soaked and broke, end of the play. From the top to the flop, a trader sad song. Crypto fools dance where I don't belong. Yo, yo.
That song needed a little cowbell and it didn't have it. See, makes a difference.
Little games thrown in the night. Yeah, you too heavy. Coins take flight. Straight up, I'm sipping on green. Portfolio.
Well, she sent it in my DMs trying to hit me up on Tinder there, so I just thought I'd put it on blast.
Prayers nice with a drip. Dubai skyline too. Rolex gleaming nights. Models on my line. Escorts in the whip. Living so divine. Cocky with the flex. Asshole on the rise. Calling every move. Genius in disguise, yeah, market's my stage. Always hitting right. Falls a shadow creeping out of my sight. Greedy high, yeah, chasing that lip boom. Lambo skirt, mansion touching the moon. Paris drip, Dubai haze, diamonds flash. Sex with queens, cashing in my stash. Greedy high, straight up, asshole on blast. Genius vibe, know the market's past. But the falls are ghosts, yo, lurking in the black. Greedy high, setting traps, I can't track. I'm running through the charts, sauce on overload. Escorts in the jet, diamonds on the road. Beaches with the crew, tripping on the green. Cocky with the cause, king of the scene. Yeah, genius delusion, always calling the play. But the crash whispers low, stealing my day. Rolex takes the hype, models in my trance. Falls a silent blade, cutting my dance. Straight up, portfolio's a throne. I'm too fly.
This song is called Greedy High.
My fuel, watch the market die. Greedy high, chasing that lit boom. Lambo skirt, mansion touching in the moon. Paris drip, Dubai haze, diamonds flash. Sex with queens, cashing in my stash. Greedy high, straight up, asshole on blast. Genius vibe, know the market's past. But the falls are ghosts, lurking in the black. Greedy high, setting traps, I can't track. Oh, the drop is hard, shadows in my ride. Tripping on the greed, nowhere to hide. Lambos crash, mansions turn to dust. Models ghost, escorts lose they lust. Genius, nah, full in the trap. For the flowers all, no cashing back. Why? Every damn time, breeze the reaper, still in my shine. Greedy high, chasing that lit boom. Lambo skirt, mansion touching the moon. Paris drip, Dubai haze, diamonds flash. Sex with queens, cashing in my stash. Greedy high, straight up, asshole on blast. Genius vibe, know the market's past. But the falls are ghosts, lurking in the black. Greedy high, setting traps, I can't track. Fade the beat, crown slips away. Grease my ghost, end of the play. From the high to the crash, a fool's wild tale. Crypto greedy king, destined to fail.
Round and round we glide on a blockchain dream. Pixels
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey. The turkey cometh. Gobble, gobble.
The night for the gold unseen. Crypto tides lift high in a digital stream.
Anytime, John. Just saying.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. So honored to have you here. 16 people hanging out with me. I'm just going to go on and say hello to you now. Let's just go ahead. We've got Gator Squatch in the house. How's it going, Gator Squatch? Congratulations. It appears that you might be number one. That's as far as I can scroll up anyways. Yeah. Woo. That's a big deal. A big deal. Duality C. We got Brave Expanse in the house. Glad to have you here, my good sir. And Mr. Claybass. The girlfriend's thumbnail. Sorry. Yeah. You know. Women love turkey. Sometimes you're born with it. I'm sorry. We're finger licking good. Oh, gee, how's it going? Good to see you there. Glittery Marshmallow 1981. Purple Bear is my favorite. I like the little bear. And Tommy T. Later says, cowbell, please, Tommy, I'm always here to give you your daily dose of cowbell. Nothing like a little cowbell to get everything going right. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin, then look at the indices. That's normally our flow here. And still looking for another good news source. Haven't found one like Layer GG. Maybe he'll come back. And then we'll kind of transition to some altcoins. Now, got a few from the chat already there, but I will go ahead and throw up my little marker. And that should show up in the chat, right? Everything works right. It should show up in the chat, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so in the chat it says, make your coin request for live analysis. Priority goes to members and super chats. And then when I come back from yapping and chasing squirrels, because that happens a lot, I apologize in advance, but I chase squirrels. I don't know. You'll see. But then we'll come back here and we'll get back on track and update our coin list right there. And I'll know exactly where to look to try to find them. All right, so looking at Bitcoin, man, hearing lots of different things out here about Bitcoin, ain't ya? Some people calling double top ideas. It's over. Trend lines breaking, levels breaking. We're going down, and we, big M top. This was it. This was the top of the market. So I don't hear it too much, and then you got some hopeful people, and you got every. You got lots of levels to look at, and there's some validity to them. I mean, it's just some of the people throwing out some things. I mean, there's some levels there that are worth looking at. And can happen if certain things happen to take us there, right? We just got to guard and see if we're trying to get there. And I got to tell you, they got us at a great little place, man, just to confuse the market to all hell. Now, technically, you made a higher high and a higher low. So technically, we shouldn't be worrying too damn much about price action. In theory. However, we just don't like losing coming from 123 and finding ourselves dropping almost about $8,000 on Bitcoin. That was not fun for a lot of people. A lot of people that were calling flags of the upside and everything and jumping in up there. Yeah, you could get caught up in that kind of mess up there. There were hints of bearish divergence and things like that. They're still there. And we are at a trend line, which I have been. Now, we've broken this several kind of times, and it's hard to get a solid trend line because of the formation we got down here. My rule is to go from candle bodies, so that's what I tried to do. And at some point in candle bodies here, so actually this line that I've got now was up just a little bit, but since we're going candle bodies and when we got a wick touch here, so I'm giving it all the room that I can. If I do that, and then we got our touches here, which seem to respect it so far with the candle body. That's the best that I can do, man. I've given you the last little bit of line that I can afford to give you before I've got to start saying, you're about to do something nasty, because technically I had you up here and we're doing like a possible bearish retest for my original line where most of the strength is, and this idea is still valid too. Yeah, this idea is very valid. And if we can't get past that 200 moving average, break this trend line, break this red line, downward we may go. But I'm going to move my line back where it looks a little bit more hopeful and not as menacing. And it's still valid. It's valid. It's just as valid as the other ones, but the other one has more strength than this one. This one doesn't have enough strength if it decides to go down to really hold it, I don't believe. So we're in a cautionary tale here for Bitcoin and therefore by altcoins. And the market's feeling kind of iffy. Now, some of the cool things that we got going on short term is from this bottom here to that top. We did come down and touch or almost touch our 786 deep retracement. We also have an 886 down here, which might be in order. I'm just saying, for what we got going on over there. Got one of them, gosh darn it, probably a cipher or shark pattern. And we can get some deeper retracements out of these guys if that's what we're looking at there. Regardless of that, this was the trend line that we broke, and we could take measure moves. We already met the measure moves and came below. The only thing that looks a little bullish here is the bullish cross that we got, the golden cross of the 50. That's a blue line crossing this yellow 200, and that happened right over here, just right before we peaked out. That was a buy signal, but that with the moving averages, I swear to gosh, when the 50 crosses over the 200, that is technically a buy signal. Now, I've come to interpret through the years, do not interpret that as buy right now. It means buy the next pullback is how I interpret it. And most of the time that's helpful. That leads to good stuff. Buying it when it happens, that's iffy. Sometimes it will work in your favor, but a lot of times you'll see, I should have waited. And the Golden Cross I'm familiar with from when I used to use my trading bots way back in the day, about 10 years ago or whatever. I learned this market ass backwards. I got into bots before I ever learned how to do TA. And so I spent many years wondering, this is the weirdest crap, these indicators. But I did learn a lot about indicators doing that, and that was kind of cool. Or at least the ones that I was familiar with my bots. And yeah, have a buy signal every time you get that. No, you got to have some other parameters on that. Meaning, well, how about the RSI? You know, so maybe you have to set a parameter or something if it's above a certain level or not above to a certain level. It might want to make her chill, because you could be buying a top there. And here's what we did. Now we're down at this trend line, and we've just reconstructed that. And like I said, now this is what I've got. We break that, man. I mean, there's some lower areas that you might try to, you're either looking for the bear trap idea, which is what we were looking at last night when we had the line coming up here, and that still might be what we're looking at. I want to see that. I want to see us get those levels back. I want to see 117 regain. The bullish sign that they've got the 50 over the 200. That's the only thing bullish right now with these smaller time frames. Other than you take advantage of the other moving average we got. I mean, they got the momentum, the 800, 600, 360, 200. They're in good order for momentum being there to carry us forward, or at least sideways. But the other guys have got some work to do. They're not doing so hot. So if you ask me, do I think we're going up or going down? It's a tough question to say. We're at a great place to bounce and have been. We just got some bearish momentum going on, and even on your bigger time frames. I mean, look at this. Here on the weekly, we've got a red dot up here, and all these other red dots indicate some bearish divergence, and you can see some of that here from these momentum waves over here. There's lots of bearish divergence here on this weekly time frame, and it's just stupid if we don't consider that. Even with money flowing the green, it's just not a smart move. So our hope is that you're still using this indicator here. The stochastics have already come down quite a bit. Now they're at 38%. Maybe we can get them to bottom out without price going too low. This is kind of a tricky thing, though, because they can bottom out and price can just keep on dumpster diving, right? But it's good. The good thing that I see here, that it's already halfway there, and not up here just getting ready to roll over. If we saw that would make me feel a lot more bearish. So at least, half of the brunt's already done, hopefully, so far, if we're looking at that as far as this indicator goes. On the weekly, we are above the 9 moving average, and so to me that's definitely bullish. Losing the 9 moving average on the weekly is, in my book, that is the sell signal for this cycle, for real. You don't want to do that. If there's anything that I can pass on that would help you navigate this market and when to know when it's time to get out, is watching the weekly time frames. One being the 9 moving average. Losing that is a definite red flag, and losing a major trend line with it goes along with it. The other would be the MACD on the weekly. When you get a bearish cross of the MACD on the weekly, and I've been horrible on these last two, and I regretted it, but I've known this and I've talked about it all the time. We look at that when the histogram crosses. That's pretty much the top of your market, man. That means you gotta get ready for down and bad news. or it's the top of the leg. It's the top of whatever we're looking on, top of the trend, the big trend that we're on. And here's what it looked like last cycle, and it's a lagging indicator. That's the thing. It's not going to help you actually get the top in most cases.
Thank you very
It'll
much.
kind of already
Double
be
time.
started, but if you ignore the situation, if you ignore it and say, oh baby, we walk it off, or it'll be all right, or even if price is going up after it crosses, you will soon find yourself in some situation like this where you're in a big downtrend, and it's no fun anymore when the signal tell you and other signals tell you could at least got up here. You may not have nailed the top, but at least you got out at a good place, right? And so that's what it says about last cycle. Now look what it says about our last two tops, because I marked them and on the indicator where the crosses is happening. Well, look, this one went back up and then it did a double top, and we went all the way back down to the 50,000. Scary as hell, and honestly, my bags have still not recovered from the highs that we had when was it this one? Yeah, it was you. From when Bitcoin was just 73,000 and altcoins were peaking out here March of 2024. I've still not got back to where I was right there. And as much as Bitcoin has come up here, our altcoins have suffered that much. And that move got some positions there on that one too. All right, so, and this was the other time it crossed on the weekly, the MACD I'm talking about, and then losing the 9. You got the 9 moving average here. You couple those two ideas together, it's a great little strategy. Throw in the RSI and baby, well, you just might have something. Those are the warning signs, and there's usually a trend line that is broken on these guys, depending on how you do it, how you want to catch it. And then now we are desperate. We're flirting with doing that. Now it looked like that over here a few weeks ago too. So you've really got to actually wait for that cross to really be diving in here, because she can do what she does. The duck lips is what I call it, very affectionately here, and that's where she just flips, and instead of crossing goes the other way, and it looks like it's just trying to do a big set of kissable duck lips. Like it did right here. So cross our fingers that we're just going to get another one of those and go up. That would be what we would hope for, and it should make sense at this part of the cycle. It should, but we can't sell ourselves totally 100% on that idea and be responsibly safe. So again, we have not lost the weekly 9 moving average, so I'm not bearish for that. We haven't yet lost our trend line, even though we've given it all the wiggle room that I can possibly afford to give it. But we do have some bearish signals here. The weekly is not looking so hot. We do have that red dot here. We also got it on the 3-day on this very same indicator. That kind of sucks. What does the MACD look like here? Like, she could still get bearish. We just wrapped up a deeper, redder histogram candle there. Not light, so the sentiment has changed. The direction has changed. It is leaning more bearish. If nothing else, then short term, like over another week or two. As effed up as that seems right now, it could be either very boring or very scary for the next couple of weeks, is what the charts are starting to hint at. And all we can do is draw some lines in the sand as to when we need to take some kind of action, or find something that might invalidate ideas. So we've got to be very cautious. And what I'm looking for is hopefully that we can stay around this area and get up. So again, getting over here, but we got so many bearish crosses going on. It's going to take some work here. I need to see these smaller time frames start working. 4 hour needs to get above the 9 moving average. That's the first sigh of relief that I'll have right there. Let's go see if we can get it on, say, well, let's see. Let's take a look at the 2 hour. 2 hours is a pretty good time frame to chart. Now we got a red dot printing there and trying to break the 9 moving average, suggesting that it's got some bearish momentum over these next few hours here. And maybe we come back down and retest this area about 115.2. We might be coming down, and what we could hope for a higher high there, 786. That would be around the 786 retracement level. Maybe we can get a double bottom there, and maybe that's our path to break over here, or maybe we can bounce here. But I don't know. I don't care how we get there, but we need to do it rather sooner than later and get above this area and get higher, even. We need to be taking out 123,000. Anything less than that is just insufficient for you, Bitcoin, I'm afraid. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, I say. It'll make me start feeling bearish on you, and I don't want to do that, Bitcoin. We all want number to go up, but we all know that if Bitcoin ain't happy, these altcoins damn sure ain't happy. They ain't going to do nothing. And so now we're going to jump over to total 3, if you don't mind. Well, let me, let's come over. We usually look at the 6-minute time frame. When we're looking at it. Now you're looking interesting now while we're doing our show, bouncing off the 200 moving average and everything. And maybe we can finally get a little trend line here. Actually, yeah. And didn't cut through any bodies either, right? Through wicks, candle bodies. All right, we might have something, at least something temporarily, right? Let's see if it'll hold. This is nice. This is held so far where we're at. And if you draw a horizontal line there, you can see that we came up and then we're retested this bottom area, or this bottom, I'd call it a channel. It's just a horizontal accumulation channel. Usually happens at the bottoms, form some type of bottom pattern. People are going to see all kinds of things. Some people might see some weird Adam and Eve shape. I don't, because I think it invalidates it. You don't usually see the bottom go down here, and it's not usually pointed. But hey, man, if it works for some people, actually, I just like to follow the outer trend lines, and that seems to help me out. And I got a broadening ascending pattern here on the bottom, and they are known to break to the upside 64% of the time. Crazy if that might seem. And then we came and we hit our fib target over here perfectly, 236s, and we need to get above it, and this will be our this is where we should have bought. That was it on discount. I would love to say that. I want to say that. I want to say, man, Bitcoin's at 150,000. You need to get all you can get, but I can't say that with conviction yet. I wish I could, man. I wish I could, but it could get cheaper, and I don't want to get too bearish, but there is a scenario that I can see where 98,000 could happen. And matter of fact, if you think back to a few months ago, that was the scenario that we were looking at, and a lot of people had that sentiment more often there. And I'm going to have to zoom out to take that into consideration and share that with you, ladies and gentlemen. Back to maybe some of these other things, but oh man, give me a chart that I haven't mucked up so much. This one's not too terrible. Well, are you valid? I like this chart. I forgot about this one. This also spells out a way that we could get there, and that's if we're right back into this pattern. That's a little bit old, outdated. That's outdated. We broke out and went up from there. This is some old news. But the point that I was trying to make is that when we were down here in these areas, pumping back to retest 98,000 before, given our structure and everything, it was I remember streaming where I thought, when we do come up to these areas about 120, 123, 124, somewhere in those areas, we might get a pullback, a deeper pullback to retest that $100,000 area. And it made a lot of sense then. I think it still makes a lot of sense now. And one of the key reasons for that is because that area up there is our little top section area. This is where we get our reversals, our 1.272s, our 1.1414s. Those are the areas where the harmonics play out. And then our bottoms start turning into possible reversal tops. It's making a possible double top here. So I'm just saying things are lining up where it could happen. And we just need to watch and see if it confirms or not, because I can't predict it either way. If you ask me, the price action tells me it looks like it's going to happen. And I don't want it to. I don't want it to. I want my numbers to go up more. This is supposed to be a bull market. I don't want to do it. Now, I don't know that we're going to 90,000, but I know that it could be. Do we need to clear this little guy off? I think so. It was old news anyway, right? I feel like I've heard this song before tonight. So we'll put our new fib from low to high to our brand new high. We're going to put out on this particular chart our fib levels. Now, if we are still in a bullish market, our best place to bounce, our typical place to bounce, is going to be the 382. We can get this one. We can get this 236. We've seen that happen in a few examples. That's when we're in a parabolic move. We consolidate now. Parabolic move. Maybe put on. We may not get that one. We might. We'll mark it. That's 112,788. We've already touched that once. And so these two areas are places where we could get really good strong moves. This is like healthy bull market fib levels right here. So 112 and 105. Can make a very easy argument for that. And if you want to have a high impulse move like this, a strong impulse move, coming back to the 50% area is the norm. We're not looking at the 618 at this point. We could, but in my point, that's not even strong enough. You can do fine there. But at this point in the market, when we're in a bullish parabolic phase, if you zoom out, you can see the parabola, you can see the curve. We should be out of the 1618 areas for this pull. Shouldn't even come to question. It should really be between these two, with a chance, a slightly bearish chance to get down here to the 0.5. So looking at this on the bigger time frames, overall view, these are the levels to keep in mind. And healthy, I mean, this would be the drop to 112, that one, or even to retest that one. I mean, that's strong AF place to bounce. It's just that you got to remember, also coming back there confirms a double top and being in the middle of a cloud. So if we do come back there one more time, it might be on our way down here to this one, and then we're trying to form some kind of, and the way this is going, man, it would I would make me think that we're doing something along the lines of this. So we really need this big ass trend line to hold, and that will keep us from having to worry and answer any of these questions. And it could, we cross our fingers that it did, and if it did, it should be mega bullish. And we should not have to jerk around through here anymore. Our jerking around time should be over, and we should start seeing it go up and go for all new time highs. Anything less than that at this point in the game is just you're toying. You're just trying to prolong the pain or something. So, in my personal opinion, right where we are, man, this is the time. We just got to see what's going to happen in these next few hours, man. Is this going to catch, or is it going to break? And breaking past the lower that we had there, 114,672. I mean, if you're a level by level person, you're looking at the levels. I'm looking at the diagonals before I looked at those horizontals. Those will be the nail in the coffin. The horizontal or the diagonals will be the that would be taps playing, I guess. If we had to use that analogy, sucks, road dog. So, but that would be the warning sign. Any break below 114,600, man, chances are we got a lot more stormy weather. But any bounces between now and the bottom trend line here about 115, we got hope. And we're getting ready to find out soon, it looks like, because we just lost our 200 moving average on the 6 minute. Gosh darn it, why can't you be bullish for a change? Even your moving averages over here, the bigger ones, totally reversed. I mean, we got negative momentum here, folks. So I'm not trying to be totally bearish. I do not want to be bearish, but if we gotta be, it's best to figure it out kind of early so we don't get caught up on anything if we need to de-risk or whatever. All right, so we looked at Bitcoin and know that it's iffy, so altcoins cannot be feeling very comfortable right now. What do our other metrics tell us? And I'm going to come back out to the 4 hour, and we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, because what the hell are you doing, Bitcoin dominance? She broke this area here, which I was just, wow. I was really shocked that we even got down there, especially as quick as we did. But if she bounces here, if this is doing a bottom here, and it starts going up, then, well, altcoins are going to, they're not going to be happy. And I'm zooming out to the daily. We're still below the 9 moving average, so we're still technically bearish, but it is at a point of support. Trend line at an area that it could easily recover, get above the 9, and then we could be working on a reversal here for Bitcoin dominance. And sadly, that means that altcoins would be double topping over here. And so this brings us over to total 3, which is our altcoins, and I've got a lot of lines over here. It's kind of cluttered and whatnot, so I'm going to try to move all this, some of this stuff off so we can see it. So it was great. We had a possible bull flag to the upside. We had a nice strong trend line, and then my idea, if we keep coming down, we're probably going to test the bottom of it and hope that it holds. I like this. That looks a little hopeful. I like that we have a 21 moving average down here. That might give us some support. Local pattern we got is a bearish pattern, so it losing the trend line here on the daily is not a big idea. We're below the 9 moving average, so we can talk crap about altcoins right now because they're below the 9 moving. The trend's over, dude. Or at least for right now, she's correcting. So the altcoin, yay! But I don't know, the people, they still yelling altcoin season. I haven't, they were a few days ago, but I think before the weekend. I don't know that they are now. I don't know, I think somebody, they are. I mean, you get mixed messages here, and some people are going to be bullish on altcoins thinking they're down at a cheap price right now, but they might get cheaper. That's the thing. That's the thing. They're easy to give back all their gains. And some people might be trying to, you know, force a head and shoulder pattern here. And it might. I mean, you can get a neckline. You got a higher shoulder though. That makes me look at it sideways. It's an ugly head and shoulder if it is, and it hasn't confirmed yet. Not until it breaks down here. It can invalidate by getting up higher over here. So that's possible. But it does look a bit bearish because you have a lower high and a lower low. So that's the real tell. Not so much, I mean, you can go by the patterns to help you see those things, but that's a warning sign. Lower low, lower high. And is this the next lower high with another lower low? I mean, that wouldn't be fun to see market, see them come back down again. So I'm going to come on the hourly and see. Yeah, we're still getting it, but you know, here the hourly, we got some support down here. I was hoping that it would hold in this area, but I don't see it doing it just yet. Price action. I mean, moving averages look hopeful, kind of, for the bigger ones, but the price action, it's a little suspect right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll have to start looking at these altcoins a little individually, but they're not looking too happy at the moment. They technically did make a lower low from here to here. It's not bad, not bad. And some people could argue it's kind of double bottoming at a level of support. Maybe, we'd hope so. That would be great. Bear trap, recover this. But we're getting further and further away from these bear trap ideas, if you're asking me, on 1 hour time frame, and getting rejected here. It's starting to look a suspect there. Alright, let me come back to the chat here and we get to the right chat. Is that not it? Is that this one? Nope, it was that one. I see popcorn. That's a lot of L's. There's Gator Squatch. Silo, let's go. Silo's on the Ethereum network. Scuba Gerbil. That is such a cool name. I'm on top chat here. Let me get you on live chat. Can't post links after effects of Mercury. Oh, I wish that would be over. There's Gator Squad, Silo. Thank you for the super chat. I just now saw that. I should check that real quick. I appreciate it. I've got it written down. We'll go check that out. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. I think I missed something last night. If I missed your super chat last night, let me know. Because I think there was something after I signed off. I was like, Dylan VA, how's it going? And there's me, Damien. And I see Joe, Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber is here. And we got Meet Damien over here. He was live streaming. We need to update that. That number was higher today. 403 subscribers over there, so it's growing. If you're not following me, you gotta go check him out. If you like my TA, Damien we got some similarities. We're not exactly the same. There's some differences, and we may do a fibs just slightly, some little slight differences and things like that. But we use a lot of the same indicators and things, and so in the way that we do things. I can see some similarities there. I like the way he presents and everything. So go give him give him a like and a follow. Check him out and see if he resonates with you. You need some good people to follow out here. He does a really good job. He knows his market. I enjoy his streams when I'm over there. I think he also uses the MACD. Let's see, I use the RSI. That's a standard. It's a basic one. MACD's a basic one too. The reason I use the MACD, I'll just go and give my backstory why I'm using them. But I'm curious, Damien. I'd like to. Where did you, how did you pick these things up? I just picked these things up and learned them as, that's just what resonated with me and worked. But I was curious, like, how did you come to that? Maybe you can talk about it on your stream or something. It'd be too hard to talk about in chat, I guess. But I'd like to hear the backstory on that. That would be cool. And I'll tell mine, and MACD was one of the reasons why I use the MACD is mostly for the weekly. I don't pay as much attention to it. I pay attention. I like to pay attention on the daily and the weekly, and I may get the information on it and look at it for everything else. But those are the ones that I've found it to be the most helpful, and that where I need to know what it says there, because it can save my ass. Notice this: the weekly total 3 is not trying to roll over. Isn't that interesting? Bitcoin looks like it is trying to roll over on the weekly. Not so much yet here. Of course, it's still, that could change. But that's one of the reasons why I have the MACD. And then Market Cipher, of course, that's just kind of popular. That's what everybody wanted because it looked like the miracle indicator that everybody was winning on. It was the one that was shields. Oh, heavy! But it's a good indicator after you get used to it because you can, I don't know, you just get used to it and you can see things at a glance. It looked complicated. And of course, I stripped off some things so it'd be easier. I don't have RSI because it got too much. But I can look at this and I can see here. That was bullish. That was pretty good. It might be some morning getting tired, but hey, so far. And you can look at it and get just an instant general feel. And then you can, of course, break it down and look at it deeper. Now, the 5-moving average strategy, that first came from my mentor at Crypto Revolution when I first learned how to do TA, and he didn't use the 5-moving average strategy though. He just had it up there, or if he ever did use it, he didn't really talk about it. So I got to see some levels, but I use different levels now. My moving averages for the main one. Oh, no, this is where, well, these are the bigger ones. I've added some more because they tell me a lot of information. I've added 3 more, 800, 666. I know it sounds weird, but it back test really good, and 360. And then my main 5 moving averages that I've got that I use, the 9, the 21, 50, 100, and 200. Now 200, 150, and 21, those are kind of standard. 21 is more of a Fibonacci. Some people just use 20. And then I also add 9, which is also a fib value, and also, well, that one, again, the biggest thing I got about the 9 is essential on the weekly time frame for following the trend. When that weekly 9 is broken, I consider that move done. And those are the using these on the bigger time frames is where the real important value comes from. And then talking about the moving average strategy, now that was slow to come to me, and I had to figure that one out on my own. Nobody taught me that. I mean, I learned some things about moving averages with the bots and all that, 200 moving averages and all that, but to use them in conjunction with each other, I mean, I've heard of crosses, we got the golden cross and this and that, but to put them in like a ribbon and then compare them, how they move with each other and how price moves with them, and it's got like an algorithm to it. It's got a sequence that it will follow through, and I've even documented it when I was on the 1 minute time frame nailing a bottom with this, and it's over in the membership areas, the YouTube membership areas over there, with the fib strategies and everything. So the moving average strategies, Damien also uses that, and then fibs, of course, fibs were a rabbit hole. It took me a long time to find good quality Fibonacci information out there. I had to read books. I had to figure some stuff out. A lot of stuff. Well, some of the stuff I was figuring out myself, but I didn't know why. But I finally found some books that helped me explain it and understand why and the math behind it and everything. Which, I mean, you don't have to have that math here, but just know that it's there. That's why that little number works. That's why I use the 1.27 and not the 0.27 or 236 at those certain areas. There's a reason behind that, and it makes a difference. And certain areas, targets that I look for certain areas that we bounce from based on this. But I don't know, kind of cool. Look, see, we went down a squirrel hole. Squirrel. We come back to the chat. Shane Fletcher, check out Swift C on a little jump. So are our altcoins starting to? Are they doing something a little frisky here on the smaller time frames? Total 3, what are you doing? I don't see you doing anything risky, Total 3. So we got some outliers. Makes me want to look at others. Others. So others is altcoins. Basically, represents the majority of our altcoins. And gosh darn it, if that don't look like almost a textbook head and shoulder, other than this shoulder being higher than this one. That's a pretty menacing looking possible top pattern there. And I would be following it like this and see that it broke its trend line. I mean, really, that's how I would draw that trend line, and that this is a possible bearish retest. However, you got trying to get some bullish crosses out of these moving averages. I wish the best for you. So tricky, man. A possible top pattern, but also possibly just a retest of a breakout. Which is it? Well, we haven't broken this line yet. I would let that be the line in the sand that kind of confirms it for me. Or at least one of the first ones. I would start looking a little bit bearish, and then you got the possible neckline of the head and shoulders, which is kind of shoddy. I'm not a big fan of it, but that trend line breaking. So just dropping about $5 billion more if you make past these lows over here, man. I would say this head and shoulder is valid. And if it gets past this shoulder area, or if it gets past this trend line, in my mind, I would say it's pretty much invalidated there. Technically, when it gets past here. All right, so we're gonna start taking a look at the altcoins now, because everything just looks blah. Strega says 58,000. Mr. Clay Bass. Bitcoin's only up 6,000 since Donald Trump got inaugurated in January. How about that for a so-called bullish year in crypto? Huh. Did we? Were we that high in January? I mean, I remember that one. I'm having to remember. Or maybe... What the hell? Where did I pass it? What did I do? I passed it. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, here we are in January. Yeah, I've been at 108, and that was December. Yeah, I can agree with that sentiment. All this stuff down here was just, yeah, that high to here. What percentage are we actually that we're up to? Holy crap! So we went up 13% to our highs. Where the hell are we now? I can't see our price. 115. I got lost. I got too many lines. What the hell are all these lines? I don't need all these lines, man. That is too many damn lines. I'm sorry. Chart overload. She gets all that. Yes, remove them. I can't see what the hell is going on there. This is the main thing. That's the main thing I'm looking at is trend line break, and then crap, sucks. But I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. There's still a little hope. There's still hope here, and even the daily is saying that on Bitcoin. We're testing the 50. The 9 is still above the 21 on the daily. Ichimoku Cloud still looks promising. We could bounce. I mean, I just got to see it happen though, because if we don't, then these do cross, and like, well, that momentum just keeps on going. Right now, we're kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like that one little time, kind of like when you jump up in the air and you're at that point right before you're still going up a little bit, right before you start coming down. It's like that little neutral spot, and then you got to see gravity's going to knock you on your ass or not. Kind of like how I feel where we are right now on this daily time frame. Are they still working to try to fake us out, or are these indicators showing all these bear signals going to be correct? Because they usually are correct. I'm sad to say they usually are. We just stay in denial and try to talk ourselves out of it. I think I catch myself doing that sometimes. I feel like don't want to do it right now. It's easier for me to say no. We'll just wait. I mean, we need to get confirmations, not front run it. Like, I don't want to go out here and say I'm selling everything right now. Maybe I should, but I'm not. I would, like most other people, I guess everybody would try and do it at once when we break down below here. But I got to see something. I got to see something. I got to see these levels here get retaken, and that is some serious resistance right there. And our old friend 1700-300, our original 236 Fibonacci area that we were working here from this. Are you still there? Am I pulling from the right one? I think that's you. From here to here. It was over here. It's changed now because we got a higher high, but that area had a lot of consolidation right there, and we're right below it. So that area is still very, very real. Who's got to get above it? You thought we were talking altcoins, silly. I guess we need to start talking altcoins here. There was one that it was just mentioned in here, and I forgot to write it down. It was that last one. Scratch that last message. There you go. Did you like it? It liked it too. You want more? Oh, now look what you started. I'll be scratching it all night. More, I want more. Give me more. Oh man, now it's begging for it. It's like when I gave my wife her first massage, and now it's like, oh shoot. That was a bad idea. Justin Makasek, how's it going? I was looking for the other one. It started with an S, and I saw a squirrel, and I missed it. It wasn't... Okay. If you may have to type that one in. I'm sorry, whoever requested that, but I can't find it again. You may have to type it in. It's not Silo, but we are going to take a look at Silo as soon as I get this microphone out of my nostrils. Oh, that's gross. All right, let's take a link. Let's take a look at some of these coins here. There's four that I'm going to look at first that may be good, still doing kind of all right. We're just going to look for some danger signs here. The first one is, we'll do this quick. This is just a health check here, and I guess, yeah. So link over here. Ooh, you look bullish AF over for Ichimoku Cloud. That all looks good on the 4 hour. Even you on the daily, I mean, you could pull back because, man, you're getting away from some of my moving averages and things over here. I believe I'm going to have to turn on the 5. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to turn on the 5. Let me come over here and check that out. Just going to make this quick. Shh, shh, shh. It's going to be quick. I'm just going to set up a... Alright, we'll change you to a 5, turn you on, and make you some kind of gray line, and poof, now we got a 5 moving average. Helps me kind of gauge this thing a little bit better. Alright, Link, why are you looking so strong when everything else is looking kind of skittish? So there's a chance she might be double topping over here at some point. She's already hit her measure move and everything. I got a Bukowski measure move at $30.70. And we have hit our 786 fib. If we can manage to get past the area that we're at now. A beautiful 7/8 2650 would be the next high, but I don't know. If we can do that, or is this going to be rejection at a 786, which is normal. This looks bullish as hell, but let's pretend that that's not there. If that wasn't there, I'd be looking at this and saying we could definitely double top here and then start working our way down a little bit to some other trend lines here on Link. Some area somewhere down toward the 23 area. Or further down. So right now she's looking kind of interesting. 15 minutes where she's kind of dive bombing, starting to lose some stuff. It still looks bullish to me though. I can see a bounce from down through here. Looks like she's going to do that little higher high, lower low trick. Sucks. Alright, moving on from here, we're going to take a look at pump. See, I told you it wouldn't be quick. That wasn't too bad, was it? Pump.pun here on Mexi. Oh, she lost it. The curse came true. The dotted, rounded line. Yeah, every time I do that, I seem to curse these coins and they break that little sucker. And then what's up with you, Pump? You suck right now. You're at... Why are you dropping so hard? Is it because I'm in a trade on you? Is that what it is? That's why you want to drop and not go up? Is it because I trade you? It's what it feels like. I feel singled out here, Pump. I'm not really appreciating what you're doing right now. I don't like it. This 0.003 area, that better hold. I'll come looking for you. On the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart looking ass coin. Down here is 0.002681. And we wick, but our body is still above that 236 here, or that 618 fib area here. So this is still holding. It might hold. That would be cool. I would like that much better. Sucks that we lost the trend line, but it did have its 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 humps. It did fulfill that. It looks weird AF, but that's one of the things we kind of look at. And most of the times you will get something like that, but not all the time. Sometimes you only get 2 humpies. Well, pump. And now you're, wait a minute, you're below there now. Man, it's starting to look like you want to hit this area. So you want to come down and tap this area at 0.0026. And hopefully we will not do the 886 area, but there is this area right over here. I guess I should go ahead and mark it. Let me tune it in there. Oh snap! I eyeballed that little. You're off. I eyeballed that. Yay! I hope we don't come down there for the 886, but it could. All right, let's take a look at Zora. So we drew this little thingy here, just took the little fractal after, you know, it was over in this area. I said, hey man, she looked like she's trying to do an M top over here. I know she made a higher high, but like a lot of things we're seeing now, right? And then we got downside, which kind of looks a lot like the fractal, except for fractal came down lower. It hasn't quite made it down to the bottoms over here. I had around 9 cents. We hadn't quite got there. We got close. Well, we did. We got 9.3 cents or something like that. But now she's starting to make some higher lows here, so it looks like she's trying to round out. I would still be looking for this little thing to get tapped, maybe. But Zora looks kind of interesting here. However, if the whole market starts going south, then expect these to go south too. That's the bad thing about it. Otherwise, we'd be trying to see her go back up toward 15 or 16 cents after she bounces off this area. That would be cool. I'm going to take this trend line really quick and see if we got any angle. Some here, but not anything there. Is that right? We'll keep it there just to try to track that. We need a line in the sand to tell us when to get the hell out of it anyway. So if she breaks that line below a dime there, then she might be getting cheaper. Let's take a look at some of the requests here. We had a request for Silo. And KuCoin. Mixie's got you too. Oh, snap, look at you. What the hell? Well, that's the one I'm not in. Notice how this one spikes up a lot like that. So if you're not taking profits on this, you'll probably wish that you had, because there is a damn good chance that she will fall back down here about 25%, back down to 0.0004, and not be the 0.00056 that she is right now. However, if she keeps going up and keeps the selling. So this is one of those strategies where we talk about where we just set some, draw a fib, high to low, set some targets and let it roll, baby. Set some limit orders and just let them get filled, man. Then you never know when it's going to happen. Then one day it's like they shoot up, come all the way back down, and you took $100 and dang near doubled it with all these little orders. Or maybe you did double it. It's pretty sweet. Got up here, that'd be 137% just to get up here to this area. You can see over here, it's been a lot happier before. That was just in March, people. Just in March. What if it goes all the way up here or something? Silo. Making a price silo. As we speak, maybe. Let's take a look at Orca. Hanging around at $2.32. So this was our original trend line we had here, and she broke it and did a W bottom, bear trap, went back in there, also came back in over this trend line too. I would love to see that happen here, and that's what I would be looking for. I'd watch for it, or it could be a bearish retest bringing us down. You're saying both ways. I have to right now. I mean, honestly, normally I'd be saying I'd be looking for a bear trap, get up in here. But if the market is getting ready to do something, and that's what we got to watch so diligently for. Total 3 and the Bitcoin dominance trying to go up. Stablecoin dominance going up means there's people selling out. They're anticipating something too. Market, what is the fear and greed looking like right now, I wonder? Squirrel! We can do that real quick. It's just remembering to come back is the hard part. You suck, road dog. Just stay on the damn chart. I think if we go to highlights, we might. Nope. I guess if we go to the home. Nope, you don't do it over here. You do on Coin Market Cap, though, right? No. Coin Market Cap. Fear and greed is at 53, a little neutral. That's all I wanted to see over here right now. All I wanted to see. Look, we're back to Orca. Wow, it's a miracle. He actually made it back. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? It scared you, though. It scared me, too. I mean, if I'm going to play this game, I'm still looking at that 376 and 432 target. I mean, I gotta have one's worth by a while, right? And so this 618 is also a 236, I believe. I think so. I can't prove that at the moment. I didn't code it the way I normally would, so I'll just go ahead and turn it back to yellow, which... So hopefully we don't come back down to the $2 area. Hopefully we can start working up toward 3. 1 hour is trying to do it. She's trying to break back up there right now, isn't she? Man, I would love to see these altcoins start to do something. Not got much going on the hour over here, and on the daily, I think we're down. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, some of these are at 4% today. These guys are popping today. I don't even know what that is. What is this? XMW. Waves is up? Oh, daddy happy. So we're getting a mixed bag of altcoins. We're getting some popcorn altcoin action here. Some of them are popping off and some of them are not. I find that interesting. The Bitcoin dominance has to play with that because let's take a look at that. It should be heading up if that's happening, right? So we're getting a breakout here of Bitcoin dominance. I guess you can see it over here behind the zombies. The zombie head right here. We got a breakout here. It's trying to flag and trying to get above this area that we don't want it to get above. So little tricky there. If it does continue up, then the best I think that we could hope is maybe a little popcorn action out of altcoins. If it can get rejected here and come down, we can expect some more fun out of altcoins. But that would reflect also over here on this total 3. We need to see some green candles, and instead we're staying below this area of resistance here, and that's no good. We wicked up to it and perfectly got rejected there again, which suggests that altcoins may be on a downward trend back down toward 1 trillion. Let that be a warning sign. If you need to de-risk and see that in your altcoin chart, might want to take a little listen to it. I'm just saying. But it's hard to, I understand when you got some things like this, like it looks like it wants to do something. But even if it do something, there's still going to be a lot of resistance over here about 250, so let's keep that in mind. But better to be above this line than below it. Oh, this is not the week I wanted out of crypto, man. This is just not the week I wanted. I wanted the numbers just to keep improving, man. Keep improving. But no, we gotta talk about war. We gotta put all this other crap out here, and inflation, and all this other crap. It was bad enough when we had Biden and Gensler and Warren all trying to snuff us out over the last 4 years. Now we're changing things around, getting favorable stuff, and there's still some monkey rich being thrown in this bull crap. I say a banker's got some kind of something to do with it. Little genius act rigging things, yeah. Let's take a look now at LYP. Limpid. We talked about this one the other night. I think Gator Snatch brought that one up. Thank you, Gator Snatch, for doing that. And she's been up to 5.6 cents right in that area, getting a little pullback, testing the 221 moving average there. She's in a rising formation there, and those are kind of bearish, typically bearish. Best that we could do. I mean, a lot of people want to read these different. What the hell am I listening to? Me, I would be drawing lines like this and see a little bit of a rising wedge, kind of triangle shape. A lot of other people will just go horizontal, and that can work. And if you're doing this, you might think, well, that's a retest, and we should be popping onto the upside. Cross your fingers that happens. Sometimes when you get these bearish crosses, and you lose the 9 moving average and the 5, and they bearish across, and you're at the 21. If that 21 moving average does not, might be seeing ourselves come down here to these areas. And we find ourselves just in a big ass channel box. If she does break to the upside, there's a measured move you can take for that idea if you want to take the old flagpole idea. And put that at the breakout, and that does take us a smidgen past our 236 fib area. So I'll entertain that idea. We'll throw our measure move up there. But that would be 8.2 cents versus the 7.7 cents area of our 236 Fibonacci. That little, man, I wish I'd bought some when it was under 7 cents. The woulda, coulda, shoulda have area where we woulda, coulda, shoulda bought more. That's where we're at right now. Still looking. So it looks like we were looking at it when it was down here, if my price action thing is. So that's cool. So I think since we first started looking at it here, when you guys were, when Gator Snatch brought it up, it went up 33%, and it's still up about 18% from that. And if that horizontal line can hold, maybe we'll go up more. Yay! I just don't like how we could also be doing something like that. I guess I should put you back the way you had. Oh, I'll stick with that idea. So this is on the 1 hour. What are we looking like on the 4 hour over here? Nice randy bottom there, and there are some little spikes here. So it is known for spiking up and coming back down. So having limit orders set would probably be not a bad idea. Have I got that yet? I might need to go do that. I also got a bigger target at 14.8 cents, and that'd be 225% gains from the area that we first started talking about it at 4 cents. That'd be cool. Might take a minute. XCN, what are you doing? Is this one moving? When you guys were talking about it, I saw it at a low today. And I wish I had more to put into it, but at the moment, I just don't have as much to... Oh, snap you! Well, it looks better than what you did. So she did come back, and crazy as it is, I mean... Oh, wow. What the hell? Damn it, Bobby. We lost everything. That's so sad. Well, technically, it didn't touch the line, but we're going to say we nailed it anyway, because we nailed it. Close enough, or she's... I don't even feel like doing it. But we came right down to the 786 Fibonacci area and bounced. Now, it may not have nailed it. Was it my fault, or was it was I being sloppy? Sometimes that happens. No, my line is just is a little sloppier above that one, so no, we didn't actually hit that one. I'll take that as a bullish sign and hope that we don't come back down there and hit it. But it looks like we might be coming up for a bearish retest, so we got to keep that idea in mind. I mean, we're coming up to these areas and rolling over, or even this area rolling over. We got a lot of stuff going on over here, so I could see 1.6 cents, 1.7 cent area being retested there. And we're at 1.3. It's a nice little bounce from there. The sucky thing is that we lost this bigger ass trend line that it was respecting for the whole move. So a situation where either we regain it, I don't know, man. I mean, the way the market's looking, I hope, but we got to watch our fingers, say our prayers, and cross our fingers quite a lot to see that happen. Let's see. Yeah, I'm willing to say there'll probably be some rejection over here, and maybe she'll have to come down and consolidate here for a while. Probably what you'll see on this one. This turns into some kind of double bottom scenario over here. This one's taking its own sweet damn time to get to 5 cents. You need to get the 5 cents to make Daddy happy. I'm just saying. Let's check out Swift. And I'm only seeing this on Pancake Swap, Radium. Well, no, that's not you. L-Bank has it. There's a Taylor Swift cat coin. That's not it. I guess we'll look at it here on Binance. Oh, snap! 43 cents. That's a hell of a chart. That looks like a line of cocaine. Green cocaine right there. That's what it looks like. It's just, wow. What the hell? How long has this been going on? Since April. Swift. Well, now you got my interest peaked here. That's not the same one. Swift Finance, maybe? No, I don't see any. I don't see it over here. Let me come back and take a look at Swift USDT. That's it. Why we got something so different over here? This one says it's 0.0008 cents. Maximum supply 5 billion. Self-reported circulating supply is 286 million. And let's see if we can see their chart. Not showing me anything over here. So I got a feeling this is not correct. It says pancake swap. That's another one. They're all saying 43 cents. I don't know what's going on here, but if you can sell for 43 cents and you bought it at 11, you're doing pretty good. It looks like it wants to go up if this is the correct chart. If it was what we saw over here, then I don't know what to tell you on that. Let's see, there was one more called ETT. How many versions of this song do we have? This is Slippy. Oh, look, Slippy. I don't know who ever mentioned this, but it finally, it came back to retest these areas over here. Sweet! Slippy, she was ranging for a while. So that's happening today. This 4-hour candle right now. Sweet! What's the gains out of this? Oh, that's 60. Oh, wow. 58% gains to where we are now. So, I forgot who was in the Slippy, but you should be pretty happy right now. It's crazy. That one's going up, and altcoins look like they want to tank. It's weird how this works. We were trying to look for ETT. Energy trade token. It's on Hedera. Oh, that's right. It's on Hedera. So, I think last time we looked at it was here. I have higher targets, which we did not even come close to. Symmetrical triangle, which when I say them, they can do the rabbit run. They can do like, I'd say they lead to a lot of ranges, and I usually see them break down on one side and they come up to the other, and usually get a range between here. And I usually follow them like doing this and following the trend lines, just Xing them out. That's my usual approach to this, and exit out with this one. And we got this trend line here, which it just kept coming down. It's just coming lower and lower, huh? So we got anything else? That's a little bit of a, not too big of a stretch, but it's not fitting perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off because this is not relevant anymore for what we had. We're just in a big ass range, and I think the little range tool is going to be the best one to use over here. Where's that thing hiding over here? Oh man, I forgot how to find it. Fixed range volume profile, yeah, that one. So the point of control is coming in at 0.00028. That's where the bulk of the average moves was. That's what I'd be looking for on this one too. And from where we are to there would be, wow man, that's 76% gains, believe it or not, to get from where we are now to that target right there where it's been many times. That's pretty good. What was this one again? ETT? And it's on Hedera. That would be better than having to write it down from here as we were down to here, because that drop would have sucked. That would have been like an 80% drop, or almost. Let me come back to the chat over here. There's Anita Cho. How's it going, lady? Let's look at ladies. Lady Minghorn. I forgot where we were charting that. I'm going to guess KuCoin. Okay. So she's, wow, she's just living down here on the bottom, huh? But it's just in a bottom range, just in a bottom range. Just still holding that bottom range. It was making a trend line and lost it, and now we just ranging, not going any lower, but yet not going any higher yet either, right? Still got this trend line to compete with. We do not want this to be a continuation pattern. Hard to see how it could be when it's so far down anyway. Leveling out, partial decline, hopefully, maybe partial decline before we break out. I don't know. There's this chance for that 27 area. I don't know how many zeros are in front of it. It looks like it says 7 zeros and then 27. Might happen. I don't see it yet. I don't see any signs it wants to do it yet. It actually looks like it wants to try to do something positive here. So let's see if that happens. But if we ever do lose this, that would be the area that I'd be looking for. I don't see any bottom patterns forming. Nothing official yet, just other than this shape, which not really a bottom pattern. It's usually a continuation pattern. That's why we don't want to see it continue. We want to see this kind of reverse. This little booger here. It's got a 55% chance to break up, but I believe price needs to come from the bottom for that. Or is it any time? It's been so long since I've studied about that pattern, I've actually forgot. Let's go check that one out, shall we? Let's get a little detail on this pattern. We'll go over to Thomas Bukowski's pattern site.com. And that is a wedge. It is a, I believe it's a cinnamon. Descending broadening, I believe. Nope. Gosh darn it. No, that's not it at all. I've already forgot the names of it. Oh, shoot. We may not get to do this. Oh, you're not a broadening wedge descending. I don't think that's you, dude. Oh, right angled broadening formation. There you are. Right angled. Right angled descending, right? This one, this little guy. Okay, we finally found it. Right angled. Okay, it's got a flat top and the bottom's coming down. Right, descending. It's got a throwback rate of 64%, and then when it breaks out, it has a high chance of coming back to the breakout point. 64% chance to do that. It breaks. Oh, yeah. Did I look at the wrong one? 64% chance to break upward. Okay. And I'm just checking about how important it is for. And price trend, here's where this is where the details come in. On this one, price can be up or down leading into the pattern, so it doesn't matter. Some of the patterns, it matters which way the price is going into the pattern for the results that you get. It can be either way on this particular pattern, so it does have a 64% chance to break to the upside for this pattern. I want to type that in over here. %, chance, dude. 64% chance for this to break upward out of this pattern. That means just gotta be patient. Anita Cho says, buy more next week. There's Strega, too bright. Turn the lights off. What? Oh, the pattern side duck. I know. I wish you'd have a dark option, right? Swift C, there you are. That was the Swift C, ticker for the Swift coin. Okay. So this is Coinbase. Let's zoom out. We've looked at this before. I guess we were hoping that you were going to try to do something like that, I guess. When was this? February? Not looked at this one in a while. Big strong move up and then gave it all back and went sideways. Definitely a foreshadowing to always take your profits if we get another move like that, right? That was just February. So a long sideways range, and it's been a minute since it's been up here to this target. Last time was in May, and in April, the end of April, and beginning of April. And that's the only good target that I see that's worth waiting on, actually. Is back at 17 cents, and we're at 10 cents now. And getting back up there with 50% gains. That's not bad, not bad. Got an odd little reverse curve going in here. This is kind of a reverse curve going on there. Let's see. Don't have a good solid trend line. Let's not down to here. Let's take you over to here. Oh, that's nice. Now that lined it up. So we just had to come up a level there. That means you extend. You go back over here to this guy. Okay. Well, that's cool to know. So we're thinking off of this support resistance flip idea. So hopefully we do have a bottom. Now the diagonals are kind of pointing that out a little bit. And let's draw a trend line here. And we break out of that, we know that we got a chance to get up there. We're just waiting for price to squeeze and trying to do it. Bigger moving averages look good here on the daily. We'll come to the 4 hour, see how juicy it looks. And on the 4 hour, that's probably why it's being brought up, because she's already pumped up to 0.0119, almost 0.0112, which is giving back some of it now. Pumps up, pumps down. And hopefully she'll try to keep working back up toward that. I hope so. Here on the 1 hour, we've got a couple of candles that are up in that range. So that's a little hopeful that it's trying to actually make a little bit of a come up to do a little something. But it may not go up too much before kind of ranging out a little bit. She's still in her big accumulation overall. Not bad. It's at 1.1 cent for Swift. And where were you when? February, you were up to 4 cents. And this is the one. FTC. This is different from Swift Cash. This is Swift Coin. And this one's got oh man. It's got 10 billion coins. I thought I was going to have something good to say about it. That kind of changes some things for me anyway. Its market cap's 108 million. Small market cap, still a smart market cap. It can grow a lot. It's just 100 billion coins, man. That's going to make it grow slow. Or I guess saturate price there. Somebody says Swift C coin. This coin is dead as hell. Can't move. Like I said, this coin is not made in the USA. There's nothing to hype behind it. Chinese coin. I don't know. I'm just reading the comments over here on the thing. August 17th. That was yesterday. Said Swift could dump at 0.007. Clearly it didn't. If a correction happened before the reduction of taxes. What? Oh, if it. Okay. The timing of CMC, the show of 10 billion circulating supply, it was 4 billion before when the price was good run at all. Now Swift is in top 400, but it could. Okay, so I guess there's mixed sentiment over on this one too. It's just good to know that stuff. But this is what it looks like for the past year. Gator Squatch says 400% is good when I got it cheaper. There you go. There's Anita Cho. Thank you for stopping by, Anita. Jack Edwin says, hey, Big Boss, will you have a look at my new Pay Portfolio Saver VVV? VVV. Is that Venice token? Take a look at KuCoin. They usually have good price history. So she hockey sticked out, leveling out at the bottom. I don't know how far this $17 it was there. Probably IPO then. Let me pull this up real quick. Venice tokens number 300. $3.96, 33 million circulating supply. Maximum supply is not telling me. Total supply is 74 million, so should have at least 74 million. Hopefully don't have too many more than that. Private censorship resistance generative AI platform for text conversations, image and code generation, and AI character interaction. Building open source models. Led by Eric Voorhees. I like Eric. And Tiana Baker Taylor. It's founded in 2024. Supports more than 450,000 users. Ask anything. Do aliens exist? I gots to know. The question of whether aliens exist is a topic of much speculation and debate. While there is no definitive proof of extraterrestrial life, there are several reasons why many scientists and enthusiasts believe it is likely. Size of the universe, discovery of exoplanets, building blocks of life, extremophiles on Earth, SETI, and breakthrough listen, Fermi paradox. While these points suggest that alien life is a strong possibility, it's important to note that there is no concrete evidence yet. The search for extraterrestrial life continues, and with each new discovery, we are 1 inch closer to answering this profound question. Wow. Okay, so Venice AI chat. And I guess that's their basic? I didn't have to sign in or anything for it? How does that work with the token? Okay. Huh. The Venice token is an access key for AI agents and developers to consume private, uncensored inference from the Venice API without paying per request. You don't have to pay per request. Stakers control an ongoing flow of Venice's inference capacity by its API while receiving yield. Huh, I don't think I've ever, okay. That's an okay, I'm actually kind of interested in. I've never looked at one of these AI tokens like this. You know, they had an LLM and all this other stuff and saw how they're actually using their token, but when you consider the monthly fees that you would pay for some of these AI places, and some of them get kind of crazy, I could see how blockchain and decentralized platforms could offer a cheaper option that let you do a lot of the same things. Huh, okay. That's interesting. So, VVV, it's piqued my interest now that I've kind of looked at it, but still got a shit ton of tokens. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm thinking about the other one. It actually doesn't. It's got 74 million that we know of. We still have to do a little deep dive in there for that. Market cap is 132 million, so small market cap. It could get up to 500,000. Almost 5x, or billion. Several billion. Depends on if it takes off, maybe. So, we saw the spike up here to, well, yeah, what was your all-time high and everything? All-time high was 7 months ago was $22. All-time low was 51 cents, which was 7 months ago as well. That's a hell of a month for you to go from 51 cents to 22. I'm just saying. Clearly people took profit and sold the hell out of that thing, man. I would. wish that they had them. All right, so that was the fun time. And now you're at $4. Well, gosh darn it. And technically anywhere under 546 will be the buy zone, the juicy accumulation zone. Get underneath that price will technically be a good place to double up your money or triple up your money from that point. So I'm going to suggest that we look at this 0.5 area at 932. We'd also put the $11 area, 1113 area there for the 618, but the 0.5 will more likely get hit before she has to come back and take a run for the 618 there. So if I were going to look for bigger targets, that's the ones I'd be looking for here on the 12 hour. But this one, local one, 533 in that area, that's where we got to break above. Great place for a target because it might get rejected there. And she is still in this big ass range. We'll just draw a bottom trend line to help guide us, and we'd also do some of that over here and say, oh man, looks like we broke out of some kind of little triangle thing. Might we retest the breakout area? And I'll say, yeah. And that would be, if we get that, that would be a good place to try to get some of this. It's coming down to the 4 hours. She's starting to curve over. She may be trying to think about doing that. At least it's non-moving average. Looks like that might be trying to happen. It might. Not really losing this trend line yet, but it looks like she's trying to work on it. Let's see if those ideas play out. Chunky, getting tired. How long have we been going? An hour and 36 minutes, 23 people hanging out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
What these days, Elvis? I'm gonna come see you, Elvis. I'm coming, Elvis. I'm coming to see you, Elvis. You're gonna make me interject. Jeez. I need something to calm my nerves around here. Thanks, Sean. I'm looking out for Elvis. All right. 23 people hanging out with me tonight. Hunting the bear, nice one. I did that one today. I was uncertain about it, so I thought I'd throw it in the mix. And now somebody said something about it. Now I gotta listen, pay more attention to it. I wasn't exactly getting the right exact feel. That was close as I could get to it. If you didn't hit the like, something wrong with you, seriously, says Zombie Medina. Bloody Marshmallow says, hey baby, y'all have a good night. I'm listening on TV. Be safe and good vibes. Hey, thank you so much, Glary Marshmallow. I appreciate you. Gator Squatch is real too because he's in the chats while using Starlink in the back swamps. Man, that Starlink is starting to look interesting and cheaper, more affordable, I might say. One thing I want to do is find another damn carrier. You start out with one, you end up at another, and somehow I'm at T-Mobile. I don't know. They pulled some slim slam on me with some little, and I just needed to go replace a phone with a broken screen, and then get something like this, and then I'm like having some kind of big ass phone bill that I don't like. I'm like, you got me. And you got me under duress. You got me at a time of need. You filled it over when I just needed a screen that was not cracked, my man. Oh no! Your bill won't go up at all. Lying bastards. I'm back! I was watching an election. There's an election. Rob, how's it going? Just saw that you're here. Good to have you, if you're still here. And Tommy 2 liters. What the hell is a Doge just dipping? Is it? Oh you are 21. You lost the main trend line too. So now we're looking at this other trend line in this area down here about 20 and a half cents, 20.7, 20 and a half. Retesting this area here. See what happens here. That might be interesting. She ran through it last time. That's our bigger 236, right? All right, let's pull some fibs and see if we can figure out what the hell is going on with the Doge here. All right, you're testing a 0.5. I hope we don't come down to a 618. We should largely be past 618 touches for full swing moves. We should at this point in the game. 'Tis not horrible if they do it, but 'tis better if they go to 0.5 or higher. I don't see that talked about very much when it comes to fibs, that as this cycle progresses and the more bullish it gets, well, your pullbacks aren't as deep, and so the standard, usually when you talk about fibs, the pullback that you're waiting for, that little magical area, and it seems like magic because it almost hits almost every time, it's the 618 Fibonacci. But it doesn't do that anymore. Nay, not more. Now we're seeing a lot of the 382s is what we're looking for now, and 0.5s. And we're going to adjust this line. We still lost it, looks like, and see if we can catch a bounce here on this 0.5. We're on the 4 hour. We'll come down the smaller time frame and see if they're showing any signs of it. Nope, you're not giving me nothing. You're saying hell no. So 0.5 is not holding as good as it was over here. And this is a bigger fib area. Maybe it will be enough to catch us and have us hold this area. If not, then we're going to have to look at this guy at 19 cents. 19.8. So I want to see you hold here, Doge. I need to see you hold in this little area here. Maybe you're just playing games and coming down to that little 236. We need to see it bounce there. But we got some bearish crosses going on. That's a 6-minute time frame though. They all could look better. For real, they all could look better. Yeah, I got the whole head and shoulder idea, which I'm sure a lot of people, and technically you got a lower right shoulder. If that happened, would that also, that'd be a little bit lower than here for that measure move. And it looks like she's trying to confirm that little sucker. We'll put the measure move here. And I got to, I believe it's 64%, right? 60, is that 61? We're going to come back to the patternsite.com, spend a little moment here as we back out of this guy and we go to the head and shoulders pattern. Learn a few things about this little guy over here you might not have known. Yeah, I know this thing looks like it's from back in the 1982s when Qbert and Pac-Man were coming up. Oh, that's before the internet. I guess it was 1992 then. Head and shoulder top is what we're looking for. And the little bit of juicy information that I'm looking for on this little guy is some information about that measure move. That's going to be right up here. And it says the percentage for meeting its price target is 51%, and how we're supposed to use that little bit of information for this idea. And I don't know. Have you guys ever had anybody explain it to you this way before? So you might know that you take measure moves, they don't always hit the price targets, right? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're okay. Sometimes they're like, man, don't ever do it. Well, there's a percentage that it might be a target. You take that multiplier, put it by this. Easiest way I found is 50% or 51%, right? We just drop this little guy right over here. And there's our measure move. The 50% guy right there. Which, and we'll test this little guy. I'm going to put a Bukowski measure move marker on this for Doge. And that is 20-cent area. It's also at the bottom of a trend line. So let's see what happens here if we do keep coming down. Let's see if this target happens first. We want to change the color now and put it dark blue. And then the other measure move was right down here. And we got to make that blue. And that was 18 cents for the full-on head and shoulders measure move. They don't always go the full run of the measure move. This is how you can kind of figure it out. We're going to test it, put it up here to the test, see how she plays out. Bukowski measure move, 50% of that measure move right there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We're going to tell you a look at Bitcoin, which is continuing to drop as we speak here. Sadly, now we have broken some areas. And that little area that we're hoping we wouldn't break, we did break. We popped back up above it, so maybe she's trying to psych everybody out, or maybe we're just doing a slow burn to the downside. But the bearishness looks like it's trying to, I'm just telling you, from this line here, break down, bearish retest to this line down here. If we do the same here, break down and retest, I'm getting it all the wiggle room I can give it, man. Giving it all, and even on my wiggle room one, she's breaking down. Tis no bueno here on Bitcoin to be losing some of these major trend lines on bigger time frames. Again, the hoping we got, the 50 moving average is up here about 118.6, that maybe we can recover a little bit and come back up here. I really don't know. I mean, she's starting to look, we got the bear signs on the bigger time frames. I mean, we got to keep our eyes open. The 3-day, we went over this before. She's showing some signs, and even on the weekly, starting to look a little suspect. So that's why I'm watching, especially watching this closely. The closer this gets to touching, the closer I am to hitting sell button on a lot of stuff. So we got to be a little diligent here. Hopefully we'll do what we did over here and things will turn around. This is only Monday. They wanted to scare us Sunday, playing little games Monday. Let's see what happens on Monday, or let's see what happens on Tuesday, and especially Wednesday. We do have, I believe, a lot of news coming out, and there's some more news. I think Fed Chow's, the minutes are coming back out. They're going to do that, and market makers love to play on those days. And then I think Friday, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right, this is all from memory, that Fed Powell, or Chair Powell, is going to be doing some speaking. So plenty of opportunities for them to play with our heads, but man, it's just looking weak right now. Looking weak with a few altcoins that are not looking as weak, and they're popping off. 4-hour red dot here on Bitcoin on Market Cipher. 4-hour on the a red dot on the 6-hour, red dot on the 4-hour. Had one on the 8. Had one on this one for a while on the 12. Had one on the daily for a while. So those are getting tired out here, or should be close to resetting. And coming down to the smaller time frames, we see we're deep in here now. It looks like the 15 minutes getting ready to try to do something, but money flow is in the red, meaning that any upward action we get, it's going to have to fight for it. I mean, it's got some things like it wants to try to catch a bottom here on this time frame. I haven't even seen the chart. I'm just going by the indicator. But any upward motions that it gets, as long as his money flows in the red, it's going to have struggle for it. It won't be all that great. Let's see what the chart looks like here on the 15 minute. What are we looking at over here? Oh, snap. I moved something. Have you got us a green candle? You haven't got us a green candle yet over here. So we're going to look and see. We came back and we finally touched our 786 Fibonacci. Finally. Didn't quite touch it over here. We did nail it here. Maybe this is our bounce. I don't want to be all bearish. If we lose this Fibonacci area, then we got another one down here at 113. So these are the two areas that we need to look for short term, and we can bounce off of any one of these and recover. Let's go to our liquidation heat map and check that one out on the 48-hour. What the hell am I listening to? We're going to put it on the 12-hour. See what we got going on over here. Looks like we came and ate all that juicy liquidity down here. We just ate it all up. Nom, 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 nom. There's no more down here for us to eat, but there is up here at 117.3. Why, that sounds like the best. That sounds like where we need to go for dinner, Grandpa. Let's go up there. Came down here, found out the cupboards were empty. It's time to go to the grocery store, baby. That's at 117 according to this. Let's hope that that's what happens. It'd be great if life was that simple. That 117 area would be right back, right beneath, right around all this junk right here. I'm for it. I say do it, baby. Get above our little red line here. Get above our little red line. For the love of God. So if the heat map is correct, we would be working on our way to a higher high if it wants to go and get that liquidity. Just cross our fingers, man. We need something because this crap is... You tried my patience, Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying. Try my patience. Guys, be careful trading this week. We may need to plan for some shorts at some time. I don't know. You gotta wait for some confirmations and see what happens. I'm still looking for some bottom bounces and some fake outs. It's still Monday when they like to do fake outs. Tuesdays, maybe they'll roll it over to Tuesday. We should start seeing direction come Tuesday or Wednesday. That's usually when you start getting a feel for when they're setting the direction for the market. And then come Wednesday, Thursday, they're already starting to plan for their weekend trap. This weekend's going to be a doozy, I think. Good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you on the next one. Sean? We lost our end screen.
It's hard to keep track of all the risks I'm taking. With every trade, there's a chance that I'm
Gator Squatch, not Gator Snatch. I say Gator Snatch. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know where I was thinking. You thinking about that snack?
To grow my portfolio and make it advance.
Not black, grad.
I gotta manage these risks so I can stay ahead of the
Aaron McDonald. I'm not familiar with that. I have to look that up, I guess. Behind Silent.
at the end of the night. For every mistake, I'll make it right.
Oh, I'm way behind on the chat here.
Got my stop loss
Breakdancing zombies.
in place to protect me.
Oh, gosh darn it, Stringer. Well, I'm glad you remembered. Hey, there's Mr. Miles. He was first. Hey, congratulations, Mr. Miles. I don't know how you do it.
Always keep an eye
I
on
don't know how you do it. But congratulations, my man, for being first tonight. Double first. Mr. Pickle had a 14,000% run today. Well, that sounds like an impressive pickle. I wish my pickle was that impressive.
It's not easy to balance risk and reward, but I know that with patience and
Good night, Stringer.
I'll find my way forward. I'll keep on.
You got a super chat? I didn't see it. Let me see what we got. Oh, no, wait a minute. Where you at?
To ensure a better future for me and mine.
Was it from tonight or last night? I might have missed one last night, honestly. Was it last night? Okay, I might be like, all right. Seems like I might have missed one last night. I noticed until I was after the stream. I never intentionally mean to miss them. He was. He said he was.
But I know that with patience and persistence, I'll find my way forward. I'll keep on.
If only I'd read the second.
Adapting as I go to ensure a brighter future for me and mine to grow.
Gator Sweat says, I only did super chat tonight. Yeah, you were the only one tonight. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. Thank you for your support. We're 100% fan funded here. Not. The only thing I steal is a Tangem wallet, but my audience is saturated with Tangem wallets.
But I know that with patience patience and persistence, I'll find
Man,
my
1
way
hour looking
forward.
like it's got some room to go on this.
I'll keep on learning and adapting
I get down here. You better flatten out.
as I go.
Gosh darn it. I want to see this level hold.
To ensure a brighter future for me.
Oh, look, the 6-minute time frame. Giving me some hope. Giving me some hope. Give me some more hope. I got to see some more action out of you, baby. Oh, I'm so tired of crypto going down, man. I'm tired of it going down.
They're jacked on the market's churn, chasing meme coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hoidling dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. FOMO's got them diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz alive. Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, we have inviting again. We're all first to crypto. Oh man. You guys are crazy. Mr. Mouse said, when I said first, that was my first comment. Thanks.
They're preaching about freedom in the pixel storm, but the banks tapped out, their dreams deformed. Rig in the basement, mining for bucks. Power bills got them down on the luck. By the dip, they yell, eyes wild with hype. While the girls like, babe, you're losing the fight.
Mr. Mouse says, I'm okay with down. It means I get better cash prices. At some point, we just want to make that money. See that portfolio grow again. It's been a minute since I've seen the numbers that I want to see. Thank you so much, everybody. It's time for me to say goodnight, John Boy, and let the little dog come out and wave. See you on the next one.